Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about autistic burnout and sensory overload. I know the last few days you guys have probably seen I've not really been acting myself, and I've been feeling absolute mentally and physically drained to the point where I've been sleeping a lot. I've not felt very sociable. I've been struggling to talk to anybody. And I want to just let you know I am fine. I'm dealing with it. I'm processing it all right now. I've been out today. I was actually going to upload a train ride video, but due to YouTube for some reason not letting me upload it, I thought I'd do this video instead and talk to you about sensory overload, sensory burnout, autistic burnout from my own autistic perspective. I'm not going to talk from an all general autistic standpoint because that's not the same for everybody. So for me, I've been going through a really rough time of it. I've been feeling really overloaded, physically, emotionally, mentally, just everything's been draining me. I've been feeling really down and demotivated and really struggling to communicate with people. I've just been feeling everything's too much, too heavy. Trying to even plan topics to talk about here on my channel has been really confusing, really overloading. It's been making me cry. I've been trying to keep myself calm, collected together. I've been trying to keep my thoughts composed to myself. And that's why I self-isolate. I tuck myself away. I hide myself away from the general population so that you don't get concerned about me. And the problem is with that is that I should reach out and talk to people. But at the time I don't really feel comfortable with doing that. So I tend to self-isolate away and hide my emotions and deal with it the best way that I know how to. Autistic burnout is horrible. It compromises of panic attacks, anxiety attacks. It compromises of headaches, migraines, things like that. For me, it's more of a self-isolation issue. It's more of I don't want to be around anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. I've pretty much self-isolated myself away and only spoke to probably one or two people. And it's been rough and I'm still going through it. It's took me the last couple of weeks to get to deal with it, and it's not easy. It's a really rough time of non-communication. I've even not gone to meetings because of it, because I've just felt mentally exhausted. I've just felt like I can't communicate and I'm worried about what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it. And sensory overload is not a joke. It really isn't. And autistic burnout is very real. It's draining, not just for me mentally but physically, having to be around people and the smell and the voices and the voice volume and people eating, people making loud noises on their phones, on their computers. It's just too much to bear. And when you're in public, you have no choice but to conform as being normal. And when you're in a sensory overload and sensory burnout, your body just wants to shut down, because what I call is a tank, and my tank is only half full to begin with during the day, and then my social time just drops and drops and drops and drops until I have a little bit, probably about this much left, and that little bit has to last me to the next day before I can top myself back up again. And each day I'm getting to the point where I'm very low on my social energy. I'm very low on my communication. I just want to hide away, disappear, not do anything. But I thought this video was important to kind of explain my behaviour recently. I know I've made people a bit worried, and that's because I've kind of had really bad anxiety, meltdowns. I've just been feeling like everything's just too much, too loud, too crowded. And it's got to a point where my sensory overload issues have become more physical, and it's caused me to cry, it's caused me to have pain in my side, it's caused me to have pain in my back, and these are all new symptoms that I haven't had before. So I've had to go and get checked out with the GP, and I've actually torn a muscle in my stomach, so I've actually been really quite ill. And I've been finding this really quite difficult to talk about, because autistic burnout people go, oh, you're just exhausted, like it's attention seeking. No, it's not. I've been finding this really difficult. My eye contact right now is killing me. I know I'm not doing it that well. And again, this is part of the sensory burnout, autistic burnout, if you want to call it that. When I get overloaded, I can't do eye contact. I just can't stomach it. I can't do it very well naturally anyway. It's not part of my natural conversation. And I'm having to learn to keep forced eye contact. And during the week when I'm going out giving these talks and doing trainings, it's exhausting because I'm having to look at people in the face, look at people in the eyes, and it's just draining. And when you've been doing talks for 2 to 3 hours a day, and then you're having to come home and everything's just boom, you're done. I'm exhausted, not just physically like I say, but mentally in my head. I'm having to cope with all the emotions of self-doubt, anxiety. Did I screw up? Did I not? And it's very, very hard to process that. And so don't assume that I'm attention seeking, because I'm not. I've actually really, really been struggling like hell. And I needed to do this video. I want to explain why I've been a bit distant with people. I am coming back. Like you see on my channel, I have been trying to upload and do streams, but even the streams have been exhausting. Like you probably see, I'm not my usual woohoo, yay self on my streams, and I am coming back. It's just the fact I've had to deal with a lot of autism issues, and I'm learning to get to grips with them and what I need to do to stop my triggers, as it were. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please like, comment, share and subscribe for more content. I'll see you soon. Bye!